What was going through my mind when I found out Toy Story was being my father? Well, here's the thing. We filmed that scene. In the script it said, it's exactly as you saw, except one line. Vader says, "You don't know the truth. Obi-Wan killed your father." And I go, no! Just, you know. Now you're whining right as possible. So, Irvin Kershner, the director, pulled me aside and he said, "We're not going to tell anybody." Because David Prowse, God bless him, has a tendency to leak like a sieve. And so they're going to dub the line. He said, when we get to the finish, we're going to dub in the line, "I'm your father." I said, "You're kidding." It's very exciting. And Kershner said, yes. He prefaced it with, "I know this, George knows this, and when I tell you, you'll be the third person who knows. So if it leaks, we'll know who leaked it." So I was scared, straight. Oh my gosh. Ironically, a lot of the guys that played stormtroopers would go down to the pub at the end of the day. And there were always people in the tabloid newspapers with 50-pound notes going, "Hey, you're eating on Star Wars. Can you give something on Star Wars?" And somebody did give him something on Star Wars, and within 3 days of filming that scene, it was on the front page, but not like a big banner. It's a little box that said, the headline, small headline, "Guinness Head Daddy in Star Wars 2. Which again, I thought, that's a pretty good twist. If Obi-Wan turned out to be evil, I mean, think about it, that's a really good twist. But I was delighted because we leaked fake information. and they meant for it. So, because you know what, I have to say to you guys, it might be annoying, all the secrecy and so forth, but we want to do it for you. We want you. Oh, look at all the fans in the top tier. They're clinging on for dear life. No, wave! Don't wave! Oh, the idea of just plummeting fans just strikes terror into my heart. Is there a safety net over there? Hang on! Cling on! A little Star Trek reference, too. What I was saying was, we want to keep these secrets to annoy you or play some kind of game with making StarWars.com. We want it so that the fun is in the movie theaters, not on the internet. It's really for you. You don't want to find out what you're for your birthday. Remember I told you about my annoying sisters? One of their favorite things was to go into my parents' bedrooms and look at the gifts and tell me what I was getting for Christmas. Not only was it a surprise moment, but then I had to pretend to be surprised. Why I was coming up from them, I'll never know. Another question?
I would just like to ask, what were you thinking during that one scene at the end of episode 7? That one masterful, beautiful 30 seconds.
My only suggestion was, let's say that Luke doesn't come into the story until episode 8, and then that moment will be a big surprise. Well, that was my idea. I thought, if you advertise Carrie Harrison and me, that's like at least an implied reunion of some sort. And if we don't give them that, plus with what happens to Harrison's character, if I turn around And the audience goes, "Ah!" Like it's a big gimmick. I'm the one with egg on my face, JJ, not you or Kathy. So I was just worried it wouldn't work. I thought it's a great surprise, and I love surprise endings like that, but I just wasn't sure of how to present it. And plus, it was weird. I mean, when I said, okay, I'll come back and do the movie, because I think it's going to be all of us or none of us. And I wasn't sure whether I should come back, because we had a beginning, middle, and end, and it was perfect. It should be about the new generation. But I don't have to worry, because Harrison's not going to do this. He's way too rich and cynical with it. He stopped caring decades ago. And I should, by all rights, be in my elderly recluse phase of my career, where I put around the garden in my banana shorts with a metal detector telling kids to get off my lawn. So I said, well, I don't have to worry, because there's one to it anyway. And that's my ouch. And then when they said, oh, he's doing it, I'm like, oh my God, I've been drafted. People report to Pinewood Studios, oh my God, I'm 1A! But no, I was overwhelmed, as I am every time. I have to tell you this is the honest about truth. Seeing this kind of passion, up close and personal, it's just overwhelming for me. I don't take it for granted, and I don't experience it in my everyday life. A couple days from now, I'll be picking up after the dog and being yelled at to take the trash out to the road. Back to the usual. So when I see this and I hear your stories of passing it down to the next generation, or I met my wife online, or from Empire, it's just absolutely, really overwhelming. And I so appreciate the passion and the support you've shown us over the years. It's just, in good times and you and all of the prisoners, all of the Star fans, all of the Joker fans, all of the Partridge Family fans. Regular show? There's another example. They called me the other day, they said, oh, you're going to go in and do 3 shows. By the way, I went in one day when I was doing episode 8 and did 14 episodes of the regular show in about 3 hours, all by myself. I got really spoiled, because usually the sessions are 4 hours long. You drive 30 miles to Cartoon Network. It's a 4-hour session. The whole cast is there, and then you drive 30 miles back. So just from the standpoint of being economical with the gas and the time elements, I got spoiled. 14 shows in 3 hours, oh my gosh. But anyway, so I just tweeted, how much I miss the character and how much I appreciate the cast. And I got all hell break with my agent called and said, Cartoon Network says delete all those tweets because they haven't announced it. I said, well, they told me. I wouldn't have tweeted. They said, they told me it was our last show. They didn't say, oh, and keep it a secret. So now I'm really paranoid in this new age of social media. I've got 10 minutes. Ask another question. I'm just like, right here.
Okay, first off, I have to apologize. 10 years ago, I met you sort of at, sorry. Never mind, I'll just apologize. I'm sorry. When did you know?
Time well spent, don't you think?
Okay, so in A New Hope, was Carrie Fisher's character described to you as a love interest or as a sister?
No. She's the princess. I met her for the first time on the Death Star. What did I know? And by the way, I don't know if they still have the footage, but we filmed that scene, the helmet said, she was Stormtrooper, which I tried to talk George out of. I said, come on. Only another short guy could lay that on another short guy. But he said, no, let's do it, just go and do it. So about 2 weeks later, I get the call sheet, and I said, wait a second. The rest of the princess scene, we did that 2 weeks ago. Why is it on the call sheet again? And they said, oh, I don't know, ask George. And I said to George, why are we doing this again? He said, well, we're changing your name. I said, what do you mean? Why come in and say, I'm Luke Starkiller, I'm here to rescue you. He goes, yeah, Starkiller tested really bad. They don't like the word kill in your name. It's too negative. It's too much. Oh, man. I could use a little gutsiness. I mean, the character could use a little machoing up. So I got really used to the name Luke Starkiller. And so when I heard the report, I said, what are you going to name me? He said, Luke Skywalker. You're kidding. It sounds like Luke Fly Swatter. Luke Skywalker. That's awful. I was going to ruin everything. The worst. So we filmed it again. I thought, see, normally they go like on the back of my head, just have me dub in the mom. But he wanted me in close with my mom. So there you are. But no, I didn't know she was my sister until way too later. Now I know you all have a good laugh. I'm trying to see it from my point of view. From my point of view, it's a traumatic experience. Because you know, she's like the only eligible woman in the entire galaxy. I had a huge crush on her. Solo and I were jockeying for her affections every minute. And then what a horrible good news, bad news joke. The good news is there's an eligible, gorgeous woman in the galaxy. The bad news, she's your sister. Oh, good luck with that.
Right,
Why so serious?
we have a question right over here. Maybe next time.
Yes. I did. I asked her if I could keep my boots from A New Hope, but only the bottom part, not the leggings that wrapped up. I kept the Stormtrooper helmet that I rescued the princess in. And by the way, all these fan-made helmets, they're much better made than mine. Because mine was only meant to last for 10 weeks of shooting. It's in terrible shape. The inside visor is just a piece of green cello with, masking it into place, which has long since fallen off, and it looks terrible. So if you're planning on burglarizing my house, I just have to add that. Yes.
Right over here.
I better go with the microphone. Mark? Does anybody know who this is? Security wrestler dog in the ground. That's Millie. And we got sort of a, Gary Fisher's getting way too famous for our liking. He is. And so we thought encounter with Millie there. That's Chelsea's dog, and she went with us. She knows all the secrets of episode 8. She was there every day, so she just chock-a-block with spoilers. All right, a few more questions? I don't know if I'm in control. Ooh. Yes. Go ahead.
Mark, you made some of the most exceptional, awesome, snarky comments on some of the autographs that you've done for fans. I've seen during online searches that meant a lot to a lot of us. Would you be willing to put a snarky autograph that I can show everyone?
I always love to do what the fan wants. Now, don't get me wrong, when an 8-year-old comes up and wants May the Force be with you, that's what he's going to get. But a 25-year-old comes up and goes, hey man, would you do something really kind of different for me? So I'm like, go force yourself. Because it sounds dirty, but it's not. And I was willing to do this for a fan. I didn't know he was going to want that. And then for me, I'll never sell them. Fast forward, they're on the internet. I'm like, ooh. People write, Mark Hamill faces young fans collectibles. Because some of them, they're a little, because I mean, I try and stay out of that. I know I'm a lot of younger people that read my Twitter and stuff. My kids are all saying, Dad, you're such dad humor. Hey, what's dad humor? Funny's funny, right? And all of them were there. Nathan, Griffin, Chelsea were all there. I said, what is dad humor? And Chelsea goes, well, lots of times. Griffin said, yeah, obvious. Nathan goes, not funny. Who are you? But so anyway, that was a little, it wasn't meant for everybody's eyes. You know, I should know better by now. Anything you do winds up on YouTube. There's a commercial I did when I was like 18 years old that I'd never seen. And it's on YouTube now. Yes. Why so serious? You gotta warm up. If you do the Joker cold, it's like stripping your engine. I did a session in, that's a spoiler. I think I'm authorized to tell you I'm in episode 8. But no, I did a session for Joker in England, and I thought I warmed up a little in the shower, but I was wrecked. The next 3 days I had a really worse voice. So every time I do a Joker, I drive and it takes me 45 minutes to an hour, and I can warm up on the way to work. And in Los Angeles, you look next to you and there's a guy all by himself laughing, maniacally. No big deal. Just another day in Los Angeles. 1 minute. Yes. How was it when I did the filming? How hot? Well, I have to tell you, when we were doing Empire Strikes Back in the carbon freeze chamber, the way they simulated the carbon freeze effects, steam! Oh my gosh, you couldn't walk 50 feet without pouring sweat. And we know that lightsaber duel, I mean, people know more about this than I do, but it took place over like, I know it was 10 sets over a period of about 6 weeks. I mean, not every day, they do other things too, but all told. And the upside is it's a great way to lose weight. People pay a lot of money to go to saunas, and they provided one for me. Yes? Well, Luke to me is the only character who really fundamentally changes in the 3. I mean, you can argue with me and probably see it more than I am. Seriously, I mean, I saw Force Awakens in Los Angeles opening, got on a plane, flew to London, saw it the next day in London. That's twice. That'll do it. And both of them were contractually obligated. Because usually I like everybody but me. You know, but no, I think Luke changes because he starts out, people laugh, and it is a really cringe-inducing moment when I said, well, okay. All laugh, your sister. I specifically chose to make him as whiny and babyish as I could at that moment so that I would have a trajectory. You know, we didn't know we were going to make Empire and Jedi. We were going to make 3 films, the first one was successful. So I said, if I'm going to wind up at the end of this journey blowing up the Death Star, you got to make it really like he's a kid, a little kid at the beginning. So get somewhere to go. And then it just progressed from there. Oh, let me have that song. I blame those guys that came on before me and told their stories about fishing and going picnicking with their wives. Well, listen, I really could stay here all day, as you can tell. We're just scratching the surface. The next time I come back,
and he told me that when he met George Harrison, that he started to shake, and he couldn't understand it, and he kept shaking. And he said, Mark, that's how every one of us feels here when we come to Salt Lake Comic. I sent a note over with the stewardess, because I didn't want to bother him. I just wrote him saying, thank you so much for the music. And the stewardess came and she said, Mr. Harrison, would love to meet you. So I went over and I got so choked up. I said, if I try to talk, I'm going to cry. I'm a little girl. So I managed to get out. Thank you so much. These are the lives of me. I just can't tell you how much it means to me. He looked at me and said, you lost it out of yourself.